Hello and welcome to today's stream. This is Blue Serpent. I don't know if you can hear the music right now. I had to change the sound settings because this is a cool game called Necrosmith, and it is in, I wouldn't even say it's early access. Right now it's like a playtest, so it's basically a free beta, if you will. So it's a kind of a short version of the game where you can just test it out, and it's super fun. It's like a I would call it a monster creator roguelike. And here's a little cute note from the developer. We're gonna, if you want to pause it, you can. And then it has a fun little kind of intro story here if you want to read it. It goes pretty quick, so you'll have to pause it again. And here we'll go into sound settings really quick. Kind of change that volume so that it matches up. There we go. And unfortunately, I clicked back and it went to the immediately went to the game. It starts you off in the tutorial, and if you quit the game, what'll happen is you'll basically kind of have to restart it. So right now there's not really I would say there's not really a save option. So you kind of just you start with the tutorial. If you keep it open though, you beat the tutorial and you beat the game. If I understand the mechanics right, I think you can actually take the gold and the mana and the building materials you had left over from your win, if you will, or your last loss, and they carry over into the next game. So that's actually pretty cool. And there's like one meta progression thing you can buy at the moment. So gold, I think, is basically it's your meta progression currency. Mana is what you use to create these cool little creatures. And then iron or brick or whatever this building material is what you use to expand your castle. And right now you can't see it because the tutorial takes you kind of through step by step. And the tutorial is definitely a lot easier than the main game as it exists now. Because if you try to play it, if you try to think it's the same thing, you'll be unpleasantly surprised because the difficulty revs up quite a bit as soon as you swap over. So with that said, let's take a look at this. So here it's telling us that we're an arcane enchanter and we can, create creations by filling them in. So it gives us a nice little simple start out. And if you look or hover over it, it just says ability, saber, and actually each thing has like a different attack. So right here we have like a buckler shield, and it also has this nice thing where if we take it down and it shows us the change, or we hover over it, it'll show us the change in speed. So there's different statistics. There's health, armor, speed, view. I'm not quite sure how view works. I'm wondering if it's basically how much area the minion is able to, quote, see on the map, and basically, it affects where it goes. So maybe if it has a larger, quote, view, it can interact with more, it might be, these are all basically semi-autonomous. You can control them, but they'll basically do their own things. And if, I can't remember I want to say it's Majesty in some ways. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. It's the only game I can kind of compare it to, but it's very different than Majesty. It says deck builder, but basically the deck is the body parts you get. So it costs 14 mana. We have 65. We'll revive. And this is just showing us that we can pause, and you will need to use that pause button because the more advanced version of the game is quite a bit more difficult. So early on, I think these are really good. And you can see the DPS 0.7 versus 0.9. But there's different kind of advantages to mixing and matching. Like, sabers are very useful for surprise, surprise, close range combat. But what they'll do is they'll close in on whatever they're fighting. So if you create a pure range character and they close in, they might not do so well. If you see the little cape, it gives it like a cool little magic shield. And the cool thing about the shield is it also it bounces enemies away, but it also has a little bit of DPS. And fun fact, hats usually give you a better view. Fun fact, who knew? We have a little bit of leftover. Actually, we could do to make a slightly better one. And that'll give us 2 armor. Armor is a bit overpowered in this game right now, because I found, at least in the quote main game after you finish the tutorial, what happens is if you get a bunch of armor, like I don't know if it's above 18 or 16 or 20, somewhere in there, your character is basically invincible. However, those are pretty high level drops and they're very, very expensive to get in terms of, if you look right here, this only has one armor, so we only have 2 armor. So there's much higher level things later on in the game. So here we go. There's lots of different little strategies you can use, so early on it doesn't matter as much, and this is just, again, the tutorial, so we're just gonna go rapid fire. And this is just showing us our first little battle. So there's like these little spawn locations, and it'll show us in a minute, these little layers, and that's where all the enemies are generated. If you destroy it, you get like a little blueprint or a special buy parts, or it depends on what the layer is. And here they're just destroying everything. And sometimes it's nice to build them in pairs, so that way when they're going out, they're not overwhelmed. See, all these carts have cool little resources, so... And we can't do anything right now because this is a tutorial, so it's waiting for like a key moment to show us, basically what we have. I'm just kind of queuing it up. Observatory, so it's saying that, we get better, it'll kind of give us this cool little view. One neat little thing is if you want to control them, you click on them, and then you can actually... There we go. And what we'll do, so it's telling us a new day, and we have more body parts every day. You'll get new body parts, and each building basically generates special resources. So when you capture it, like unfortunately it doesn't have the tooltip for when you're hovering over buildings. Okay, but like this one, I don't know if this, I'm guessing it's mana. You can kind of tell by the look of the building, but each one will generate different resources every day, which is pretty cool. So here we're going to get ready, build an Everdude, and we're going to pause it real quick so we can kind of, again, like the early game, it doesn't matter as much. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of create this weird little combo right here. The reason we're doing that is it basically, in case he gets, so this gives him a little bit of versatility, so he can shoot things that are far away, and if anything gets close, and these, he can chop them up, and it's like a close area of effect, which is very useful. Also, it's more useful against buildings. Like, well, mage is actually pretty good all around, but in general, for ranged versus melee, melee has higher DPS, and so it's better against buildings. So, fun fact, or layers in this case. And this is just showing us that you can see all your cool dudes at the bottom. And this shows, this ring means he's selected. So we're trying to capture this point. And the view also, maybe that's also how much they can literally see. So it's also maybe how much they can scout or explore. So that's also another possibility I didn't consider. Obelisks basically interfere. You can't directly control anyone if they're near an obelisk. Oh snap, look at that. So we'll take direct control of this guy to capture these buildings. That's our priority right now. There we go. Oh, that was our guy dying. Like, some of them are really squishy, so they don't do so well with conflict. Wonder why he's... Or maybe it's the direction. Yeah, I guess they shoot in the direction they're moving. Fun fact. So we'll kind of... Oh, okay, there is maybe... And you can... Fun fact, you can actually click on... This is telling us we have a lightning spell. I'm not going to waste it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause, and we're going to make a beefy character. So now we have... Because of our little... exploration, we're starting to get access to better things. Oh, I'm tempted to make this like a double melee dude. Okay. And that's actually pretty decent armor for the early game. It's not much, but every little bit helps. So if you have a design you really like, you can actually save it. And there'll be like a little icon here that pops up here. And then when we want to build it, it'll show what we do and don't have, and if you have it all, you can just create. So even just for partial creations, it's pretty useful. I don't like that design, but it's what we have, so I just wanted to show that feature off. So we get these cool spells, and one of the first spells we get, besides lightning, the game will give you lightning as soon as you're attacked in the tutorial, but the cat's pretty cool. Basically, you generates this minion that goes around and picks up all the loot, so our dudes don't, because they're pretty slow in the beginning of the game. And see, there's two different types of so saber and sword. So the hit area and the animation's a little different for each. So each thing will have, we can kind of take control and kite them. It actually is useful to control your units kind of in the early game. Because you'll come to these moments where you need someone to protect your base or whatever, instead of going off and exploring. And you can also micro a bit more, because if you kind of rely on autonomy, or on their autonomy to carry you through, you might die. So let's get another thing. I think this generates mana. And we're gonna pause it and make another dude. I was kind of mentioning it before, but we have all these different little body parts, and let's see. I want to say there's 6 different types, if you will. So here we have our cool skeletons, and there's a bunch of different things with skeletons. Same with all the other units. So there's skeletons, orcs, zombies, harpies, robots, and lizardmen. And I'm probably forgetting, there's probably something else. And each are different, and some are way more, and generally speaking, there's this kind of curve in terms of cost, so each one's almost like a tier. So skeletons are your most basic, zombies are a little better, and they have different strengths and weaknesses, like zombies have pretty decent health, and the higher you get up, the more slow they get. But mantises, there's like these insect ones, there's one of my favorites. They have crazy good armor and really good speed. Same with harpies. Like harpies have like wings and they add a ton of speed, but you'll see. Maybe I'm spoiling a bit much. That's half the fun of these types of games is, you get to play it, you get to see what's out there, and kind of discovering new things. And again, this is the beta playtest, so this is a very early build of the game, but it's stable. I haven't encountered any bugs. I know like there was one YouTuber I watched, he played this game, and there's one bug, but that's the only one I've seen, and I haven't experienced it myself. I think he was just super unlucky. But yeah, I haven't had any problems. So they plan on adding a lot more different things to the game. If you play it, you can actually there's like this little survey you can take, and you put in suggestions, what you liked, what you disliked, things that you think should be added to the game. So if you want to try it out, give it a test run, you can give the developers some direct feedback, which is pretty cool. And we're gonna make another dude, and we're gonna kind of kite these dudes. We have to be a bit careful because you don't want to get too close. Otherwise, you'll start losing health, because your guys will want to like just go to as close as they can. See how he's just like going right in the middle of there, and he's not even a melee dude. So they're sort of suicidal. So we're gonna get rid of these 2 little camps right here, just so we can be a little safer. Let's maybe pause. See how much we have. 53. We're doing great. These cape ones are always going to be better than these. Like these, they have the health is exactly the same, but it adds a cool ability. It adds this magic shield, and that in addition to repelling enemies and protecting yourself, it also gives you a little extra DPS for free, basically. Well, sort of free. They might cost a smidge more. And we just need one more leg. Awesome. And now for only 16, one armor's not the best, but it's okay. Pretty good. Pretty good for the early game. Yeah, and he's like I said, they're sort of suicidal. They die way faster because they'll just charge in, and there's like no sense of self-preservation. Yay! And so now, because we killed one of these layers, we get a cool blueprint meat glacier, and we can start using these for augmenting our troops. Now, let's do a little quick test, because what I found is that these bonuses don't apply retroactively. They only apply to new ones, but this one says all dead. So let's just try it. And there's a cool animation. It makes the little castle a little bigger. And okay, this one actually, I think that was 140. I hope. I think this was 140, so actually, when it says all dead, it actually does mean it. But there are some of them, it's only like new ones or zombie. They're basically racial specific, so you have to read it a little close depending on what bonus you want. Oh, these dogs are really nasty. Like, the dogs are really dangerous. Like, you would think these would be like the throwaway ones, but they have quite a bit of health and DPS, so it's... Let's see... 5 armor is not bad for the early game. There we go. And unfortunately we don't have more, but that's the best we can do. Let's see how long it lasts. Some of these things don't last at all against these. Like these are pretty mean at a certain point in the game. Nice. And so yeah. Like I said, what we'll do is we'll create another dude. Oh, that loss hurts. If you actually look, the zombie ones do have their DPS is a smidge higher. They do cost more though. There we go, and we have enough. What we're gonna do is we're gonna control him, because we're gonna have to kite. Because if we just let the if we let the AI do its thing, they would just die. Ah, crap. Okay, that's showing us that we got I want to say when it says zombie growth, I'm not sure if that means that we get more body parts or if we get more advanced party parts for that race. I was not quite sure about that, so let's go back. And they're all lined up, so the crossbows do kind of have this direct pathing, so if you line things up and you go down the middle, there we go. It does help. And like I said, sometimes it doesn't hurt to take control of one of your characters and have them hang out in a specific area, because if you didn't, you'd be overrun. So we're having these other guys kind of run around doing their thing, exploring, gathering resources, and whatnot, but these guys are way harder to kill. And if we look, actually, yeah, they're coming from these little castle-like things. And these are quite a bit more difficult to destroy, not just because of the troops, but the castle also has a lot more HP than like your typical starter layers, so you almost need someone to hang. You need someone to explore, you need someone to hang out. And you need other people going out and about. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's better sending them in groups. So we have quite a bit saved up right now. Do a little combo. The zombie bodies are just straight up HP. I'd rather have the armor, to be honest, because like I said, ooh, orc skeleton leg, not bad. The you know, and different factions have better health, so like this, you know, 40 as opposed to 30 as opposed to 20. So there's like some scaling depending on what you're getting. There we go, 29. And oh snap, that's... I haven't seen these dudes before. Maybe because it was a different game. So I guess there is a little bit of variability. Unfortunately, they are semi-suicidal. Oh crap, get out of there. Dude, get out. Thank you. Now I wonder if we can get parts from it. No, it was worth a shot though. So we're getting a ton of mana because, and a little bit because we have like this crypt right here. So these crypts are helping us with more body parts. You know, I don't know what the mines give us though. And this is our only dude because we were controlling him. Like, you really do need like more guys just going out and about to explore, because these guys will eat through your starting units. You kind of need like higher tier stuff to be able to handle them. Otherwise they'll just die really fast. Actually, this would be better. Fortunately, only 2 armor. It's not a lot. So here we have a little bit of range. Oh, those guys are new too. So some of these I didn't actually see in the other game, which is interesting. I'm not sure if some of these units, like those blue guys he was attacking, are tutorial specific or not. I don't know why I'm bothering collecting the gold at this point in the, because this is the playtest. You know, there's only like one meta thing you can unlock, and I haven't seen any other use for gold besides that, and it's only 50 gold. It's like this alchemy table gives you access to higher tier things when you're exploring or killing. So, and let's actually see, did we get any... see, zombie growth. We might have to get that just so we're not... We need a little bit of an edge. So, fortunately, even the melee weapons do have a little bit of range, but when you're not controlling them, like I said, they'll just go straight up. And so, like, this dude's at full health because we're kind of kiting just a smidge. We're just staying safely away. And it is cool, like, as you see, you know, we get a little bit of damage if they get close. There actually is a structure you can unlock that does repair it, so there is an option for a building that you can buy that repairs your thing. And we're just kind of getting overrun, unfortunately. Yeah. Here, let's see, do we have the cat? It'd be nice if the cat went up north to go, you know, claim the mine. Here, let's see. Just a smidge more health. Let's see, how much DPS? It's the same as literally one of these, so not bad. And these, let's see, with a 3.8, so quite a bit more. We also need the shield just for survivability. And we definitely need that for the armor. The armor, it's more helpful at higher tiers in the game. There we go, 4 armor. I don't know how long he's gonna last. Let's see. Not too long, unfortunately. Like, I don't know. We're trying to weather the storm, but without someone to... Yeah, these dudes are new. So I didn't see them in the last game. Maybe because we didn't survive this long in a tutorial, but we sort of know what we're doing now, so we can sort of make it, but we're just getting overwhelmed. We really need higher tier stuff to be able to deal with this, and with the starter stuff, it's just not good enough. unfortunately. Actually, I'm gonna do this because I want that armor. There we go, 5 armor. Pretty good. And this has a cool little ability too, for little additional DPS, so I hope you'll last longer. And like these guys grouped up do a ton of damage. And they do stack over each other, so it looks like there's just one, but there's actually quite a bit. Quite a few at least. Okay, here we go. This is way better. Let's see. We need so much more armor, it's ridiculous. Okay. 6 armor, that's even better. Unfortunately, he's probably not going to last long, but it is what it is. Let's see, can we build anything else right now? No, we need more iron. Let's see, let's go to the map. I need just a throwaway dude to go up north. It can be Cheapo Depot. This is going to be just a very basic guy so we can spam a few. I'm kind of curious to see, I haven't done this before, like if I spam like several at once, I'm kind of curious to see if I can just... You're still limited by how many parts you have, but I'm kind of curious, if we just spam a couple low-level ones, how effective is that? You know, it's something I haven't tried before, so... We have a ton. It's not like we're suffering for mana at all. There we go. And I think we can build one more. So this might actually work. You know, if we build a ton of cheap ones. The best strategy I've found so far is to build super high quality, because if you get, like I said, you get to that certain armor point, not only do you have a bunch of parts that are doing a ton of damage, but when your armor is super high, they can't touch you, and then you have basically an invincible unit, and you saw how fast these dudes die. So hopefully that'll be enough to, Jeez, they're almost all dead already. Do something, at least. Oh, they all died. Are you kidding me? Well, I would say that strategy doesn't really work. Cat, please save us. Please just go to the mine up north. Please capture the mine. So we can at least upgrade slowly via each day, because like each day you'll get whatever buildings, you know, you get resources from all the buildings, so if we can just capture that mine, we'll get a bunch of stuff. It is kind of cool that certain units will drop loot, you know, i.e. body parts. So we get that from the blue dudes. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention in my last playthrough. Maybe I killed those dudes, because I did get these parts, but I thought it was more the function of, you know, these crypts upgrading our soldiers. So I'm not quite sure how the crypts work, but... Okay. We need more parts, because right now 4 armor is not going to cut it. We need more, like, we need quite a bit more. Are you kidding me? Just dies. Oh crap, we were a little too close there. This might be the end. The irony is we're not struggling for resources, we're just struggling because we don't have, you know, this mine or a couple other blueprints. you know, the blueprints can make quite a bit of a difference. So this might be it for the tutorial. The tutorial doesn't matter though, because like you'll start off, I think these things carry over, but we do have the lightning bolt here. I'll wait till they all get close, and we'll try to time it. Okay, it's gonna be close. Oh no. I can't do anything now, but it is pretty fun to use. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should have had this dude go up north and just collected it, but the thing is, like, with all these waves, he'll just die. So, I've beaten the game, but maybe that was a bit of luck. We'll see. So, or having the alchemical probability machine probably helped quite a bit. So now we have that. Now we'll be able to find rare body parts on the map. And this one thing is a game changer. Like, the game should feel totally different. Okay, so now as you can see, we start off with, okay, it doesn't carry over. Maybe I'll have to see if it carries over after the tutorial. But, so I prefer going like the higher quality build, because a high quality build, there's quite a bit of difference. You'll see. Let's see. Armor 6, not bad. Actually, 8, yeah. This should give him a lot more survivability. And I think it's just the armor just takes off that amount of damage per hit. So if you're hit for 10, you only take 2 damage. So, worth it. This is actually kind of like a mid-tier skeleton, so having it starting off with a mid-tier unit's pretty cool. And let's build another dude. We'll make him magic, man. Go all magic on for this dude. And there we go. There we go. Nice. So they'll breeze through like these early low tier units. And here you can see where the speed difference comes in. Like, if you have like a high speed unit, it's actually, if it's very powerful, it's very worthwhile, because even if you have like something that's super powerful but very slow, it won't be as able to make as much of a difference on the map. You know, you're going, I want you to kill this ASAP. And it looks like their damage output, unless I'm wrong, isn't enough to kill this dude. And here, let's pause it, make sure there's no one close. Good. I want to get rid of that. Unfortunately, because they were separated, he wasn't nearby enough to help his little friend, dude. But it is what it is. There we go. We have just enough for another guy. There we go. Yeah, I don't think either his motions are really good, well timed, because, you know, the timing does affect how well they react to their enemies. But yeah, he might be impervious to damage, or at least low level damage, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, just remember that 8 armor is pretty decent. Can we not control him? Can we just get... I don't know how to deselect. There we go. I just want to say I right-clicked or something on him, so that deselected the damage. Let's get Kitty Cat out. And it probably would have been good to have... Oh, we have just enough to send out another guy to go to this mine and claim it. So we'll do that. There we go. I mean, honestly, it would be fun to name these things. Like, you can name them if you want. So, like, in your design, so it'd be, like, fun to name, like, the low-tier units, like Cheapo Depot 1, Cheapo Depot 2. Okay, you are going to claim the mine. Good job, Cat. You can see the mana bar for how much time he has. Unfortunately, we just missed that. So every mine you have, you know, it adds more bars. And speaking of which, since this isn't the tutorial, we need to find more stuff to unlock. Or more designs. There we go. So now, and these early level buildings are very cheap, so it's just worth doing it. You might as well. We're gonna go over here. Now, these things are a bit interesting. They're kind of like gateways, and you can claim them and do a little sigil, and it shows this book. And if you click on it, you fill in this, you trace this little thing. I'm not going to do it because once you do that, basically it's a portal, so all your units that you create spawn from there, and I don't know how to deselect it, and it can get you killed in the early game if you're not paying attention. Nice. Okay. Speed. Oh, this actually gives him regeneration. That's really nice. Didn't know that. I'm tempted to... magic wand. This gives him a ton of DPS. Let's do this. And hopefully he has enough health to stay alive, and hopefully the regeneration will kind of... We'll see. Because there is a building that gives you regeneration, but we don't have it quite yet. And if they are close enough and they see people headed to the castle, they will come back and loop around. But that is not always the case. If they're really far away, they won't come and help out. So you kind of have to gauge how far away your units are, because that, you know, you don't want your base undefended. And as the game points out, sometimes it's useful to, it actually gives you a little note in the tutorial, sometimes it's useful to have extra body parts on hand, so if you get an emergency you can create someone right away. And he'll just go up and mop all that stuff up. And since we have this dude hanging out like one little space away, he's not close enough to get overrun when it spawns, and he's still killing it, so nice. And you can't, you know, clicking on him, you can, it just takes you directly to wherever your guy is. And if you want to, there's no, it's not like WASD for the camera angle. So here, actually I want you to claim this so we can get more body parts. Honestly, the more buildings we can claim, the better. So that will help us out a lot. And oh, okay, so now we're getting into big boy territory. So this automatically starts us off with 8 armor. This, let's see, how much armor does this? 7 armor. Boosts us to 15, and because it's a mantis leg, it gives us a crazy amount of speed. This also has 7 armor. So at this point, this, whatever this is, will be invincible. Unfortunately, it's also very, very expensive. So you kind of have to keep that in mind when you're building it. We'll do this to give it a better view. And unfortunately, we don't have anything better for our legs, but for what this is, it costs a ton, but it's totally worth it. Now what we'll do is we'll wait till we can amass some more wealth. And let's have Kitty Cat go out, hopefully get us some. And bam, nice. Zombie growth. Okay, let's see how much. Okay. Okay, so right click deselects. Let's see how our castle's doing. Oh, well, and 92. These are amazing. But what we'll do is we'll sell it to get closer to that point. I know that seems like a waste. It probably is a little bit of a waste, but We just need to get a little more, and then we'll be at the point where we can make this, and this thing will be indestructible because of that armor. And it also has decent speed, so this thing will be a beast. There we go. And now we just made an invincible dude. And look how awesome he is. We can actually click on him. We can save the design. Look at that. Like, so you'll get some fun little creations once you get far in the game, and he'll just destroy everything. His speed is also pretty good, so you can see how much faster he's getting around the map. Speaking of which, you're gonna go back, get us a little mana place. And we're gonna take out whatever's up there. Uh-oh. Did we? Of course. So one strategy that you can do. Oh, you know what? It's actually worth doing it. One strategy is if you're kind of at this point in the game where you're a little overwhelmed, you're not able to keep up with whatever's going around. If you get a high level unit like this, you can just keep him parked right here, and they can defend it until you build up enough mana to take advantage of some of these ever higher level acquisitions, and then you can eventually, once you get the map saturated enough, you don't have to guard your base. But at this earlier stage in the game, it doesn't hurt to guard it. It feels like a bit of a waste, but if you look, we have, you know, a spawner here, here, and somewhere else. Actually, he's doing pretty good. You know, he's... No, we don't want to take control of you. We will have to take control of him again, but he's fast enough that he can take care of all the threats in the area, which is nice. Okay, cool. So now we got a mantis leg. This one's a grenade launcher. So over the top. Our armor is actually really good. Let's see, how much speed? -3. I don't like hurting speed with these dudes because if you have a ton of speed, they're very, very effective. And I don't know what the threshold is. I don't know if it's 16 or what. Let's see, so 2 armor. That should be good enough. Actually, we'll do this, and then we'll do this. I think that should be fine. We'll test it out. This guy has 8 armor, but he's barely taking any damage. At 17 armor, I think this guy should be good. And his DPS is amazing. These mantis arms are also really good too, but this should be fine. Fortunately, we don't have a lot right now of money, so we're gonna have to wait, but with the way these things just mow through units, like, and look, he's not taking any damage whatsoever. Actually, oops. There we go. Let's see how well this guy does against these things. Okay, yeah, he can lose quite a bit if we're not careful, so we're gonna have to... Okay, awesome. And I'm not sure if it's the... Let's see, which one is it for this guy? Maybe it's the buckler shield that gives you that small kind of circular attack. It's not a lot of damage though, so what we're gonna do is we have plenty right now. So, and the cool thing is when you do level these up, they cost more, but it doesn't affect everything. So it's not this thing where it's like all of them increase. It's just that particular building. So we want more damage. And we'll, oh my gosh. Well, fortunately, we were paying attention, so sort of. So here, how much does that cost? 83. And let's see, let's get a number. There we go. And that should be fine. And watch this. That's awesome. How are you doing? You're doing fine. That's so awesome. Yep, these two are both at full health. This dude, though, not so much. Yeah. Okay, let me just see. So that helps us with regeneration. We need some faster legs, though, for this dude to be fully useful. 10 armor. I think we need also a little bit more armor, so let's do a boot. And let's do the orc wand. So 1.5. This is 0.9, so not as good. So hopefully that armor and regeneration should be... Well, we'll find out. I haven't gone this low with armor on a higher tier unit, so let's keep that kind of in the queue. Maybe we'll adjust it. Maybe we won't keep it in the queue. Okay, let's sell some stuff. Should sell for more. Should definitely sell for more. Oh, we didn't need to sell. Oops. Oh well. You know... Oh, crap. Fortunately, he'll heal that, but, yeah, we should have... So, first, let's see, how much armor does he have? 12, so... 12 is too low. You need it... So, maybe 16 is the cutoff, I'm not sure, we'll have to test it out. Unfortunately, he's healing slow. Oh, dude. Here we go. That costs 60 by itself. I'm sorry I sold a lot of that other stuff, but it is what it is. Let's see if we can wait to get some better stuff. Cat, can you go out? Thank you. It's interesting that the attack moves with the animation. Okay, here we go. Let's pause, see what we can build. So how much? That's pretty decent DPS. Armor. I don't want to build it yet because even though we're at 14 armor and 3 regeneration, actually we need a part with a couple more armor. Let's try 16 and see if that works. Because we don't want to invest this much and just have it die on us. We want it to be kind of this immortal unit that just mows through everything. Although in this case it'll be a little slower. There we go. And just like that. Okay, now we need a decent head. Yep, these are okay. And there we go. And let's take a look at that. Isn't that awesome? And just like that, we have the Terminator. What? I'm kind of curious. Let's see. I'm keeping that for a rainy day because you never know. And eventually, one thing I will make a comment on is, I haven't found it yet, but there's no, so like if you want to get rid of a bunch of the stuff because you have better things and you just have crazy high mana, unfortunately there's no stack elimination. So you can't get rid of the whole stack, you have to do it, you have to sell things one by one. But again, this is the beta playtest, so I am not, you know, I do not have high expectations. It's something, it's an easy feature they can definitely add to it, and I think it would add a lot. And you know what? I think we're gonna do the armory. Okay, that is definitely something we're getting as regeneration for sure. And it is cool, like, eventually it stops building up, but at least right now, you know, it gets to a certain level, so every time you build another building, the castle gets bigger, which I like. I think it would be cool if they added in a feature where every building is a unique thing, so you get to, in addition to the castle growing, you see the different buildings you build. So just something, I don't know if the developers will see this, but it'd be cool to add. And something another feature I'd love to see is more species, so like having like an aquatic one where you could add like shark or squid parts or octopus parts would be amazing, or eldritch horrors, or you know, there's so many things you can do with this game. Also think like in the meta it would be cool to unlock different heroes with different abilities, or you know, no, hero might be the wrong word, different, oh dang, so, we might have to keep him close to home for a bit. Speed bonus, yes please. Well, let's go back to you. We don't want to die. Okay, let's see what buildings we have. Regeneration, speed bonus, yes. And I'm gonna hold that in reserve for when we get the goblin. Okay, there we go. Just what we need. This is gonna be so ridiculous. Fortunately, it's also probably gonna be slow, and I don't know how to fix that. Oh, 4 speed. That's so awful. Maybe if we did this instead. Yeah. Eight speed, not the best, but not horrible. Okay, we want a decent arm. Oh, that just hurts so much. Here, let me try this. Let's see. Okay, 14 speed, 10 armor. No, it's too low, unfortunately. Let's do a regular head. I like these the most out of most of them, to be honest, because I feel like you get so much more for the upper body parts. It's not worth reducing your speed for. Okay. What about this? No, armor's still too low. See, how much speed does this cut off? 4? $18 armor, 8 speed. Yeah, I can live with that. It's so cool. And there we go, look at that. That's awesome. Look, that's so ridiculous. The one thing I've noticed with the machine guns is that they're a lot more effective at close range. So when they're close, a lot of those hits line up much, much better. It's so ridiculous. And as you can tell, like, we don't have any problem with money. The irony is these things aren't that great, so I'm just kind of... Maybe what I should... I'm just holding on to them for mixing and matching, but most of them, you know, if I just made something with these, it would just be wasting our mana. I'm kind of holding on to the mana for high tier units, so what we can do is just get rid of all the low tier stuff. All the low tier stuff. This is why I was talking about, like, if I could control or alt or try right and then left clicking, you know, it doesn't work. So you have to individually delete items, unfortunately. And we, you know, doing this, we also increase our mana by quite a bit by just doing this, so that way, I'm not sure if the game does this, but you know, notice our inventory is kind of shrinking. I don't want something cool to pass us by because we had low tier stuff just kind of, like, you know, built up in the inventory. So let's see, let's go to bigger picture. Harpy growth, that's actually worthwhile. Harpies, I really like them because they have wings, and it's an amazing body part because it gives you a little bit of armor, but it also gives you a ton of speed, so totally worthwhile. You, I'm going to take back because I don't want to die this early in the game. Unfortunately, you kind of almost need just one guy on guard duty until you kind of unmask this army of invincible warriors. Also, you know what? Oof. You know, that could kill us, so it's a bit of a waste, but like those guys have really high DPS, so it looks like a bit of a waste, but again, you know, a couple seconds and we could be dead. Especially with so little health, because we still haven't unlocked, you know, that one building that lets us repair our castle. So until we get there, we don't have a high safety margin. Ooh, this one's new. Like, I've only seen, like, the mechanized Harpy wing. Like, there's this Harpy wing you can get. And it's like armored and it's really cool, but that is also good because if you look, it adds 20 speed and it gives us a special attack. So and There we go. Armor we need. We need more armor. This one's pretty cool though. It gives us a little bit of regeneration. Let's see, does that give us enough? No, it doesn't. We might have to wait till some more body parts come along because we don't want to... These two are very... I don't know what to call them. Not high profile, but valuable parts. So we don't want to give it something that has low armor, so we send it off and it just dies. Oh my gosh. Send you. Cat, do your job. Tower regen. There we go. I paused it. Let's go back. This is huge. It gives us a little bit of breathing room. So tower regeneration, we're actually going to invest quite heavily in that. So now our tower should regenerate quite a bit more. Yeah. Good. Now we're not like on death's door, so to speak. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Harpy. Okay. These are really cool. It's a smidge less. It's only 1 armor, so this has more speed, but these wings are amazing. So are the Harpy Legs. Like the speed's about the same as a regular leg, but you get 1 armor and they have a little more health, and they also have an attack ability. So here you can see like we have all these cool different little abilities. Armor, still not where we want it, unfortunately. Let's see. We're gonna have to wait till we get kind of a higher skeleton arm. Just like I thought, as an orc arm. Orc arms are pretty valuable. Let's see. This one's also pretty good, but we need something with more armor. So armor's still not high enough. The robotic things are amazing. Like if we could get a mantis leg, we'd be in amazing shape. Honestly, I think mantis parts are some of the best parts in the game. Same with robotics. Yeah, honestly, my favorite stuff is mixing robotic, harpy, and mantis. If they're available. It's kind of funny I'm using the lower tier unit to guard the base, but at the same time that keeps the higher tier units out and about because they can accomplish more in the field, so to speak. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of zoom out because, like, just so you can kind of see more of the map. So there's a lot of things going on. These are all spawning, and somewhere in the map there is a hidden castle, and once you defeat the castle, you win the game. Oh, awesome. Here we got another cool Harpy Leg. Still not enough armor, though. And there is the solution to our armor problem. We still have good speed. Nice. And we also have... I don't know, it'd be cool. I don't know if it's in the game or not, but if there was a thing for mantis parts, that would be amazing. So, and this one, you aren't losing too much speed, but you get an amazing view distance. So we have like 25 view, 23 speed, 22 armor, 1 regeneration, a ton of health, and look at all the different abilities we have. And we have, because we have 2 Harpy Legs, it's going to fire off that ability twice as much. The Mantis Legs are also amazing just for their speed, so what I'm tempted to do is just replace it so that, yeah, 36 speed. Like, just watch this. Look at that dude. This dude is crazy fast, and he has a ton of abilities that are just firing off left and right. Oops, I didn't want to do that. So let's go see what some of them are doing just for fun. So the speed, like especially on these higher tier units, it makes a huge difference because they're able to cover way more ground, so to speak. Here, like, get you to capture that. Oh, it's a gold mine, literally. Okay, nice. And now, the cool thing too is like when they're exploring and like way out here, they're picking up really high quality level parts. So, you know, we can have some amazingly fast units now. This one has a flamethrower. Still crazy high speed. And like, look at that steel laser flamethrowers. It's amazing. Let's do the Harpy body for a little bit of extra. Yeah, this thing's gonna be pretty sweet when we're done. See, we don't. Let's see, for a leg, let's just throw in a regular leg. Actually no, I'm gonna do because we can. And like, these things are getting way expensive, but look how much we have, because the more these things are killing, the more mana they're basically harvesting for us, and we can get something amazing like this, like 40 speed, 20 view, 23 armor, 2 regeneration. And before we build it, let's do 2 things. Let's create more Harpy growth. Nice. And I just wanted to show you how these work, so let's see, is there anything out there? Let's see where there's probably a lot of loot just hanging out over here. Hey, that's new. Okay. I'm trying to find... Okay, here's a gate that's just way the heck out there. Maybe what we'll do is we'll use this gate, and so you get this cool little animation, and all you do is you trace the inside. It doesn't even have to be good. And I'm not actually that bad, but it's kind of like a bad version of paint in a way, so don't expect anything amazing. Okay, and we're going to revive it right here. So it'll appear, and there's that like cool, like, look how ridiculous that is. That's amazing. What is this? Let's just look at him just for a moment. Save that design. Like, look at that. It's so over the top. Also ridiculously powerful. Okay, Harpy Legs. I love... The Harpy Legs are amazing because they give you an attack and they have a little bit of armor and are not too slow. For head, I'm just going this to keep that speed. Lizardman is technically a smidge better, but ooh, our armor's crap. Huh. Well, you know what can fix that? Fortunately, lower our speed a bit, but still, 26 isn't bad. So, honestly, you almost need 2 robotic parts. Yeah, Harpy or Mantis are my favorite, kind of for limbs. And then for the, for the core, it's nice having these for your DPS and your armor. Fortunately, they're really slow, but as we can see, augmenting it with other things kind of balances it out quite a bit. Like, look at that. And let's double check our castle, make sure everything's okay, good. And our health's still building up slowly. It's actually ticking up about 20 at a time, so not bad. Got a Mantis leg. Awesome. Our armor's good. Unfortunately, we're out of Harpy parts. What we'll do is maybe we can just wait. Lizard parts are actually pretty decent too. Disc is new. I kind of just want to try it out. Let's see. How much DPS is that? 1.5. 1.5 is not amazing, but you know, with the armor as high as it is, it doesn't matter. And we'll just throw on a regular yeah, not horrible for speed. It's like actually like the same as a starter unit, so. And I want to test something. I'm kind of curious if we do this. Yeah, it does. So if you connect all of these up, not only can you jump to them, but so for example, let's just do it. So, oh, interesting. So it's a different glyph for each one. It's ridiculous. Now, what we're going to do... Oh, that disc is awesome. I haven't seen that one before. That's awesome. I haven't used it, so... Kind of sorry I didn't try it earlier, but, you know, each animation's different. Like, the axes will go out in multiple directions. Like, they're all pretty fun. I'm just gonna get rid of some of these ones that we don't need. Just to free up some space for those higher tier parts. As you can see, we're doing okay on gold and everything else. Fortunately, we don't have a lot of iron at this moment in time, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll just unlock all of the gates for fun. And that basically what happens is if you select a gate or a castle and then you build something, that's where it'll build. So you always need to be very careful about what is selected, because let's say you're getting attacked and you need something to defend your castle. If you have a gate selected, that gate will build the unit and you die. So always want to double check what is selected. Jesus. It's like, oh my gosh. So so bad. I really can draw. Just not with this mouse. Cool, we got a mantis body. Harpy leg. Harpy helmet. Actually, see something. How much more armor do we get? We need like another robot leg, or not robot leg, but arm or something. You know, actually that's something I don't know if I've seen as robot legs, so I bet they're in the game somewhere. Armor and bomb. Missile storm, bomb, steel claws. Like, you can make so many ridiculous things in this game, it's awesome. Let's see, armor 16. Actually, I haven't tested out armor 16, so let's see if they're invincible with armor 16. So that dude'll spawn down there. And let's take a look at our castle, make sure we're not under siege. I don't know if it makes that little announcement every time we destroy something. Thank you for giving us an easy one. Oh, we have to do two. What the heck? There we go. And nice. It's kind of nice that it gives you this kind of overall, like this higher ability. Okay, no, I don't want you. Yeah, go out and kill stuff. That is so over the top. I don't know if we can capture wells. Guess not. Okay, we'll deselect him. Let him do his thing. Okay, and now like our inventory is almost full. Whoa, oh, this one's new. Oh, it's just a regular harpy head. It's weird that we get the upgraded version before everything else, so that's not bad though. Okay. We could, okay, one mantis parts. How's our armor? 16 looks good. 2 machine guns, that would be You know, as much as I'd love to do it, I don't want to kill our speed. I want our speed to be high. And this is actually better, not because it's... Because this one you get a higher penalty to speed, sure you have more health, but when you have like this much armor, it doesn't, your health doesn't matter so much. It's more about your damage output. I just want them to be fast so they can get around. There we go. Looks great. If we want to be a little over the top, we could do something like this. Let's see, how much does that hurt our speed? It makes it a normal speed, but since the map is kind of, we're at this place where it's so big, we need our guys to be fast so they can get around and basically accomplish more for their time. So even Novas would be amazing DPS wise. I'm gonna go something more like this, 2 DPS, 1.5. So Lizardman arm does have more hit bang for the buck than the although the armor bomb's pretty cool. Let's do a disc. Has more area of effect. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, you all are going in the pot. As much as I love the magic wands, you also are. I'm just keeping it open for just the high tier stuff. We'll keep you. We'll get rid of all of these, because again, I would rather have the higher speed and view than, you know, this penalizes you more on speed, so we're trying to go a little bit more fast. It's kind of funny, it's supposed to be a girl, it totally looks like a dude, just maybe it's because their hair's not down. There we go, look at that little guy, or girl. Look at that. Let's see, is there even anything coming to attack us? Oh nice, we got a mantis head, I think. Yeah, I knew I saw one. Okay, since the map's pretty explored, we don't care. I don't care about his vision as much. You know, if I could get the legs, the mantis legs, it'd be amazing. Let's see, how fast are you? 20. I'm gonna wait till we have some more parts before I finish building him to the skeleton of Saber. I'm gonna get rid of all the skeleton parts except maybe for the cape ones, because cape ones are good. The zombie legs are better than the regular legs because they're just a smidge faster. Getting rid of all these. Yeah, I like this as a core body part if you're not concerned about armor. So yeah, my only complaint, well, it's not my only complaint, but this is my main one, is you have to individually drag and drop to get rid of all these little things. So yeah, I would say a larger inventory for sure. Larger inventory would be nice. It's still taking them a while to build up, back up, but... And there we go. Prayers have been answered. Nice. 30 speed. We, honestly, if we waited a little longer for another wing, we could probably have even more speed. I'm liking whatever this is, though. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Yeah. And look how many units we have, too. Oh, that acid is awesome. So it has, like, the mantis head has this acid spit ability. They're just kind of going in a circle trying to find out whatever's left. Let's see. Oh, and there's the castle. Oh, and interesting, there's like a little king dude. That's pretty cool. So, like, since they'll kind of beeline for... They're just destroyed, that's awesome. Okay, what's... I'm just trying to see what portal is close to here, if any. So, interestingly enough, I don't see any portals in this particular area, which is kind of smart because it means the game doesn't want you to have like an easy... Let's see, which one is this? Is that... No. Too easy of a win. So we'll have that portal selected. Oh, it's just a regular. Okay. Let's see how much. 17 armor is good enough. Interestingly enough, so 20, even with 23 armor, he took a little bit of damage. That might be because he was storming the castle. Yeah, probably. Because those are higher tier, you know, basically the end game units, if you will. Flamethrower. Let's get... Oh, speed of 3. We need some stuff to offset it. I'll just wait for fun, see if we can get some stuff. I mean, the orc stuff is actually pretty decent, but again, I'm waiting for like the ultra high tier stuff, and I like the lizard stuff a little more too. Since we have, like, at this point we have like a million different options, so it's not like we're hurting for anything. Okay, here we go. Let's put on a wing. Here we get like a orc skeleton. Like, I think if you wait enough, you can create whole, you know, species consistent creations. But let's see how speed is 23. It's okay. We'll just use one of these little legs. And yeah, speed 37. I'd say we have this one selected. Let's see what this little guy looks like. And he should be spawning right here. Yep. There we go. Congratulations, you destroyed the enemy castle and completed the demo. Try the full version with dozens of enemies and blueprints for tower upgrades and hundreds of body parts to assemble even more peculiar servants. So, like I said, they do plan to expand it out. This is a very, very fun game. I enjoyed it. It's called Necrosmith. If you want to check it out on Steam, it's free. It's in the playtest beta right now. And you can add it to your wish list, and supposedly it's slated to come out this summer. So this has been Blue Serpent, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.